Hi, welcome to Bradley University. My name is Becca. I'm going to be giving you a tour today with my friend Matt. I am a senior public relations, theater arts, and Spanish triple major here from Glen Ellen, Illinois. I'm pretty involved in theater as well as our improv troupe and our public relations society here on campus.
And my name's Matt. I'm a public relations and Spanish double major. I'm on the Bradley University speech team. I'm in the honors program here on campus. And that's about it.
Today we're going to be giving you guys a tour of Bradley's campus. So welcome. We are smack dab in the middle of Peoria, Illinois, which is an awesome city to be in, especially as young college students. Right over behind us there, we have Campus Town, which is like a little strip mall right by Bradley's campus. We have a CVS, Dollar Tree, tons of different kinds of restaurants, pretty much everything a college student needs.
And it's really nice because it's right here off campus, so you don't have to take a bus or a car to get there. Everything you could possibly need is right there.
Basically, everything on Bradley's campus is within a 10-minute walking distance, and that's if you're walking pretty slowly. So we have everything that we need right here. Also, our campus is around 5,000 students. That's considered a mid-sized university. We have all of the opportunities of a bigger university, being in Peoria, a city with great internships and over 240 clubs and organizations, which we're going to see a little bit later. But at the same time, we have small class sizes. We have lots of personal attention. 5,000 students lets you walk around campus and see people you know. But at the same time, we're meeting new people every day.
Absolutely. So we're coming up to our first stop here on the tour, the Global Communications Center. It's our communications building here on campus. Communications and Fine Arts is housed here. And yeah, we should be heading in shortly.
All of our communications majors have their classes here in the GCC. It's really awesome. One of the great things that we have here at Bradley is called the Hollywood semester. It's basically like taking a study abroad opportunity, but over in LA. And everyone that decides they want to be a part of it from the communications department has an awesome internship in Hollywood doing some really cool real-life experience. I have a really good friend, Peyton, who got to be a part of the Groundlings, which is an improv troupe where tons of different people from SNL came from, and he got that internship through Bradley's Hollywood semester. Other things people do are internships with Ellen, Conan, that sort of thing. They have a great time.
We also have interns with the Olympics right now that we're covering Rio, the Rio Olympics, which I think just wrapped up. Mm-hmm. So that's a cool opportunity here at Bradley as well.
And Matt is also involved in the speech team here on campus. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm part of the speech team here at Bradley. We're the best collegiate team in the nation. That's sports and everything else included. So we have a really great history of excellence there with 41 national championships. So we spend a lot of time in the GCC practicing and preparing for tournaments.
Our study abroad program is also located in the GCC here on the third floor. We have tons of different countries you're able to do a study abroad program with. I was in Spain for 5.5 months, and it was the best experience I've ever had. It was super cool. And the great thing about Bradley's programs is that all of your classes are going to transfer back to Bradley. They make sure that you have that opportunity to get your class credit while you're studying abroad. All right. So we are headed out this way, headed over to see one of our residence halls. So that's one of the most exciting parts about a college campus is getting to know where you're going to be living. So we're headed over to Williams there. We're also going to be passing by our Garrett Center, which has 12 different clubs and activities that are cultural and diverse different clubs on campus. So lots of opportunity to get involved.
Yeah, the Garrett Center houses a lot of different meetings and activities that are mainly aimed toward diversity and inclusion on campus. So they have a lot of discussions, a lot of workshops and things like that that are...
Ice cream socials.
Yeah. Free food is always great. We have a lot of it here on campus.
Anytime you hear free food, free stuff on a college campus, that's where you want to be. We're always stopping at places with posters that say free t-shirt, free pizza. That's where you know you need to be, which is awesome. Right over behind us here, you can get a look at Williams Hall. We have 6 different residence halls on campus. They are all open to freshmen, and The majority of our students live on campus in a residence hall their freshman and sophomore year. Matt, where are you living?
I'm living right here in Williams Hall this year, yeah. So I'm a sophomore here at Bradley. It's my second year on campus. I'm still in the dorms, but I love it. It's really nice to have your bathroom cleaned every day. Don't have to do that. And make a lot of good friends in the dorms. And another big plus at Bradley is our 2 dining halls are right inside of the dorm building. So I don't even have to leave my dorm building to grab some food whenever I get hungry.
Which is awesome. I lived in a residence hall that did not have a dining hall, though, and I walked all the 20 seconds across the street to get to one. So you are close to food facilities no matter where you're living. A lot of our juniors and seniors opt to live in off-campus housing, too. That is also provided and owned by Bradley, so it's awesome. I see we have a question.
Yes. Do Bradley students have to live in the residence hall for a minimum of 2 years?
Yes, they do. So all students that that come to Bradley live in the dorms for the first 2 years. That also includes if they live in a Greek house, so a sorority or fraternity, that's also an option. And then we have a lot of off-campus options after those first 2 years, including university apartments, and we have 3 different options for that. And some students choose to live in houses, too, that are all really close to campus. So you're still really included in that kind of university environment, even when you're living off campus.
Which is awesome. We're going to go see your room.
Yeah.
All right. Heading right up here. The great thing about living in a residence hall, too, is we have all of our mail right here. We don't have a mail building you have to travel to. Any packages mom and dad are sending you, you can pick up right in your residence hall lobby.
So we're going to head into Williams' room right now. This is one of the actual dorm rooms here on campus.
All of the rooms in this building look exactly like this, except with different decorations, of course. All right. Welcome to Williams Hall. It's super amazing. All of our beds at Bradley are lofted. The cool thing is these metal bed frames you can lower if you want to. I've personally never seen them lower just because you have all of this awesome space underneath these beds that you want to utilize, and you have tons of space above your head, so it's not like you're, failing to sit up and hitting your head on the ceiling or anything. You have plenty of space.
Yeah, and like I said, I live in Williams, so my dorm room is actually set up really similar to this one. We have a futon under one bed, and then we have our fridge and our microwave and some cabinet space over on the other side. The other cool thing about the Williams residence hall is the partition style, which is in a few of our residence halls. So as you can kind of see, hopefully on the live stream, we have kind of 2 halves of the room. So one half for studying and one half for sleeping and lounging. So it's really nice if one person wants to stay up while the other one wants to go to bed or rest. It's really nice to do that.
It's great because you can just have your desk lamp on or have the lights dimmed. So one roommate, like you said, can go to sleep earlier than the other, and it's not a big deal. We have Wi-Fi all over campus, including all of the residence halls. We also have an internet box, so, if everyone's using the Wi-Fi during finals and your Netflix isn't streaming as great, you can plug in an Ethernet cord and you're all set to go. There's also cable in all of the rooms, so if you bring your TV, you have cable automatically in your room. It's pretty great.
And you have plenty of space to bring all your clothes, all your belongings. Some people worry about if I have enough room for all my clothes. You absolutely do at Bradley, so you don't need to worry about leaving your favorite shirt at home.
Absolutely. We also have the option for you to rent a refrigerator and a microwave on campus, so you can do that. Or you can bring your own, and that's cool, too. You're welcome to have both in your room. You need it for that late-night snacking, usually. I found it's pretty important. All of our residence halls also have lounges in them. They all kind of vary by style. Williams Lounge is typically for studying, where then Geysers is a little bit more for watching movies and TV with friends. Totally up to you to decide, where you're going to be hanging out. All of our residence halls also have a 3-step security system. So what that means is that you need your ID card to get into the building, you need your ID card to get into the hallway, and you need your key to get into your room. So keeping things secure at all times.
Absolutely. We also have in each of the dorm buildings, we have a dorm office. So you'll have your mailbox here that you and your roommate have access to. We have people on staff that will give you packages when packages arrive. And if you ever have any questions about living on campus, you can feel free to talk to them there.
Absolutely. And Over in Williams here, we have another dining option aside from just our dining hall, which is Center Court. It's an awesome place to grab burgers, chicken fingers, grab-and-go items, that sort of thing. And that's all part of your campus meal plan, which is great. So this is one of our many dining options. You don't have to live here to eat here. Anyone can eat in campus, any of the campus dining facilities.
Center Court also has a brand new Jamba Juice bar that we got last year that's really popular, so if you like Jamba Juice.
It's awesome. All right. And we're going to head up this way. We're going to be passing Constance Hall, which is our music building here on campus. We have several different music organizations you can join, between pep band for our basketball games, jazz band, string quartets, orchestra, and several different choirs. Our chorale goes on tours every few years, too, to awesome locations. This past May, they went to Denmark for 2 weeks, so that's pretty amazing, and they have a great time. And the building also has plenty of practice halls that are open to non-music majors, anyone not involved in music. About half of our Bradley music organizations are made up of non-music majors.
That's another great thing about Bradley. All of the different organizations on campus really encourage all students to get involved. So even though I was in band in high school, I wasn't sure about doing it in college, but before I even stepped on campus, I got 3 emails from the band director asking me to play trombone with them. So they really encourage you to stay involved, even if you're not dead set on doing that right away in college.
Absolutely. And you can always pick up an extra instrument class if you decide, senior year, I want to play the guitar. That's awesome. That's an awesome option. I have a friend who just started taking piano lessons, because why not?
So right now we're passing kind of over to the academic side of campus, leaving the residential side of campus. We're walking through the parking lot here on campus. Anybody coming to Bradley can have a car here, freshman through senior. And you have to pay for parking, but it's definitely an option. You don't need to have a car. You could go all 4 years without a car because everything is so close.
And I've never had a car on campus. You always have a friend who has a car on campus. So if you have your car, be the friend with the car. If not, you will have a friend to take you to the mall, to the awesome coffee shops, downtown, awesome dining. Otherwise, it's an extra fun thing to have, but definitely not necessary at Bradley.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be heading up through Olin Hall. That's our science building here on campus. We're passing through the activities fair right now, which we're going to get a better look at in a little bit. But get excited because it's pretty awesome. Thank you. All right. And we're headed into our science building. All right. Oh, and we asked our friend Brandon to meet us here because he's doing some pretty awesome research that he will better be able to tell us about.
Hi, how's it going, guys? My name is Brandon McFarland. I'm a senior biochemistry major here at Bradley. I just want to talk about research as we kind of walk down this hallway a little bit. So I got involved in research when I was a freshman. It's very, very easy. I just sent an email to all professors that I thought would be interesting, and they all met with me and kind of talked about the research. That way I can get more of an understanding about what it was like. One cool thing is that I actually kind of, through my research, I'm able to do research here, and I also go to a USDA lab that's right off campus. So I can get kind of my foot in the door with actual scientists and see what their day-to-day life is with the actual scientists. And through all the research, I'm able to do things like this. And so this is an example of whenever you do a research project, we go and actually present. And so there's a student expo here on campus, and we're able to present our research, and this is a way that we actually are able to win money and things like that. And so I just want to kind of share with you guys a way that you can kind of get involved as a freshman. Other schools, it's very, very difficult to get your foot in the door with research. Basically, you can't really get in until you're a junior, and even if you do get in as a junior, then you're usually cleaning glassware, and where I had my own research project as a sophomore.
That's super awesome.
All right, awesome. I have to get back to the lab real quick.
Thanks so much, Brandon, for taking time away from your research. So here on Bradley's campus, you have opportunities as soon as you step on campus as a freshman. You can get involved in hands-on activities. Brandon's doing serious research. I know all of your different majors are going to have some sort of hands-on activity. Freshman year, I was doing an advertising project with a real Peoria business, so that opportunity was amazing, and that's the kind of opportunities and experiences that are going to be able to get you a job.
Absolutely, and the professors at Bradley across all the departments, all the disciplines are really eager to work with students. So even if you're not a science major, you're still working with the professors, talking about your classes. All professors at Bradley have office hours, so you can always stop in and talk with them about any problems you're having or any questions, or if you just want to chat more about what you're learning about in your classes. So it's really great to get that personal relationship with your professors, no matter if you're a freshman or a senior.
Absolutely. And with a class size typically of 21 students, you absolutely are building that personal relationship with professors on campus. I'd say my personal experience is probably about 16 students in every class. I've had classes as small as 8 or 3 people, and that's how you're building relationships with professors. I know I've had experiences where professors have emailed me over summer saying, hey, I had you in this class last semester. I know you're interested in nonprofit. Here's an internship opportunity I found. I sent it out to you and a few other people because I knew this was your interest area. And that's not the kind of thing you're going to get at every university. So it's incredible that we are able to build those relationships and have those opportunities. And do we have a question?
Yes. Are there a lot of internship and or co-op opportunities?
Pretty much. I mean, I would say the vast majority of students on campus experiences an internship or a co-op opportunity before they graduate. And honestly, a lot of the students have more than one. I had 2 internships this past summer alone, and they were both something that I found through Bradley's resources.
And all the internships that we are offered through Bradley are great internships. We were recently ranked one of the top 20 schools in the nation for internships, so we really have some great opportunities there. We just passed Swords Hall. That's where our president's office is and also where financial aid is housed. So if you need to cash a check or anything like that, it's a one-stop shop there for financial aid, which is really nice to have on campus.
It is. It's super great. We're also headed up to our library right here. This is super exciting because our library was just renovated over summer, the first and second floor. We have all new furniture. It's painted. I'm really looking forward to being able to study there next semester. It's going to be a great time, so we're going to go check it out.
Yeah.
And the great thing about Bradley's campus is that obviously our library is awesome. There's tons of different places you can study on campus, between different lounge spaces. Each academic building has an area for students to study, so you kind of find your groove as to where you like to spend your time, which is awesome. All right, we're going to head through this little gate here. And we're going to come around. So, in addition to just books that you would find in a library, Bradley's library has a lot of different opportunities for students. We have our technology help desk, which is an awesome chance for, 1, students who are really good at technology to have an on-campus job, and 2, for students like me who are not great at technology to have a free resource to be able to, check out their computer when it's being wonky or hook up their cable for them. So they're awesome.
Yeah, and so we're kind of here in the main part of the library here. As you can see, we just had a lot of renovations happen, so brand new carpeting, brand new furniture, a lot of great places to study, great places to do group work when you have group projects for classes and things like that. The library is also arranged by floor. So here on the first floor, it's kind of normal level talking. You can do a lot of group work. The second floor is usually a little quieter, smaller group work or individual work, and the basement is dead silent. So if you really need to have that hard set focus on what you're doing, you can head down there.
That's where my roommate exclusively studies. She needs that kind of focus, and so it's nice for her to be able to have that option here on campus. Our third floor also has free tutoring hours for students, so that's an awesome opportunity you definitely want to be able to take part of, even if it's just sitting with someone who's looking over flashcards and notes with you. It's a great resource to have here.
Definitely helps out a lot. If you're even, whether you think you need tutoring or not, you'll definitely have a class or a project or a test at some point that that little extra help of someone who's taken that class really helps you to get the grade you want in that class.
Absolutely. So we're going to head out of the library, but on this side over here, we have a Starbucks location on campus, which is awesome, especially when you're studying late into the night and need that extra little boost of caffeine. That's also where our technology help desk and all of the different computer resources that you can use are located. So we're going to pass through here and up into Westlake Hall next, so you guys have an idea of where we're headed, right up here. And Westlake Hall was originally one of the main buildings on campus when we were founded back in the late 1800s, and it was the School of Horology, which is
the science of clockmaking, watchmaking. It was
Exactly.
Really a very kind of rocket science of the 1800s back in the day.
It really was. And the main thing we take away from that now is that that's a super hands-on activity, and all of Bradley's majors are still super hands-on involved. So whatever department you're in, you're going to be doing a lot of hands-on work, just like our friends back in the 1800s were with their clockmaking. How else are you going to get a clockmaking job, am I right? All right, so they kept the original doors, which is pretty cool because our founder, Lydia Moss Bradley, walked right through here too. So a little bit of history for you every time we walk in this building. One of my favorite things is opening this door here because this was the old building that they had, and they just expanded onto it incredibly. So much so that they literally just built onto the back wall, and we have the whole original back wall here. And I think it looks super awesome. This is my favorite building on campus. It's a great place to study. It's home to education majors as well as general education courses.
Yeah, and like Becca mentioned, it's really great to have more places on campus to study other than just the library. So students of all majors come here to Westlake to study because we have a lot of cool places to do that here. Westlake is also a LEED Gold certified building. So it's really environmentally friendly. We have bamboo railings here, corkboard floors, which is really great as well.
It's awesome. And everyone gets to have a class in Westlake Hall for general education. So even if you're not an education major, you get to hang out in this pretty cool building. It's super fun.
Also in Westlake, because it's the education building, when we renovated and remodeled and added on to Westlake, it was kind of built with the idea of building it by teachers for teachers. So we have a lot of different, there's tables that have whiteboard surfaces. Some of the walls in Westlake are whiteboard walls, so you can write out your notes. Just another way to study and learn the material that you're learning here at Bradley.
Lots of times it's tons of teachers' lessons plans, but also you find a lot of different clubs and activities promoting their events on the walls of Westlake Hall, so that's pretty fun and exciting too. We're about to pass by some of our Greek houses here on campus. About 33% of Bradley's campus is Greek. I personally think that's a great amount because they have the sense of community, but at the same time, if you're not interested in going Greek, it isn't everything. There's tons of other social opportunities on campus. So for me, I feel like we have the perfect balance there. Also, because our campus is 5,000 students, it's not as exclusive as it may be on some other campuses. If you're not involved in Greek life, you can still go to tons of their events and participate in their activities.
Absolutely, and the way I take advantage of Greek life is by eating the free food that they have out on the quad throughout the year. So even if you're not in a fraternity or a sorority, you can take advantage of what they offer on campus as well.
And whether you go Greek or not, it's nice to know that the Greek houses are lining one side of campus. So it's a nice, buffer for campus to have student housing all surrounding. So it's super great.
Absolutely. So now we're going to head into our Markin Center. This is our recreation center. And as you might know, Bradley is a Division I sports school, so we do have Division I sports here. But this center is all for just normal students, faculty, and staff to work out. So you don't have any of those 7-foot basketball players looming over you as you're trying to.
That's great for me because they can lift about 100 plus more pounds than I can. So I love that they have their own facilities. A great feature that we have here in Markin is our Health Services Center, which is located right at the front there. And that's basically like your doctor's nurse's office here on campus. So, I've had friends who have had minor knee surgery there, any sort of vaccinations you need, prescriptions you need made, they are open and ready to take care of you.
And what's really nice about that is that we have a CVS about a 7-minute walk from here, so if you need a prescription filled, it's right over there. My mom was really glad to know that we had a health services center here on campus.
Same. That was a super big pull for Bradley. It was really exciting. This is our awesome rock wall here. I don't know if you've ever made it to the top, Matt.
I have not yet. I'm terrified of rock walls, but we're going to try to climb it before I graduate. That's
everyone's like Bradley bucket list to make it to the top. I've made it about halfway because you need a lot more arm strength than I discovered I had to climb the rock wall. But it's super fun. They're changing up the patterns of climbing all the time so you can get a different workout with it. My roommate exclusively works out by climbing the rock wall, so she's pretty built. It's exciting. We're going to head right through here. We have tons of different intramural options for sports and club sports on campus. Basically, any sport you can think of, we have it, or if we don't, you can start your own here, which is great. We also have different levels of the intramural sports, so that goes from club soccer, that's pretty competitive, plays around with other universities and schools, all the way down to low-key, not competitive at all, just doing it for fun, which I've been on the really non-competitive volleyball team, and that was a fun time.
That's the other great thing that at Bradley, you can get involved in any way with the athletics on campus. They have random volleyball and basketball tournaments that you can sign up with your friends for. Sometimes there are cash prizes, which is always a benefit.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
It's a huge plus. My friends and I also come and play badminton all the time, so we have fun. We have a fun time. It's also not any additional expense to come to Markin. You swipe your ID. You can actually sign up for a club that gives you points every time you swipe. So not only are you not paying to come here, but also you're getting free stuff as you gain points by coming here. So it's a pretty good benefit. We also have a basically themed carnival once a month called Late Night BU, and that takes place here in Markin. And what that is a whole bunch of free food, free activities, crafts. Usually there's performances by different clubs on campus, so that happens once a month. Over 1,000 students come every single time. I'm always there for the catered food.
There's also a lot of other really cool things. They have given camel rides in the past. We've had different Cirque du Soleil type performances. The speech team performs at one of the late nights. So we have a lot of different options there, and it's a really great time for it goes from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. on about every Friday of every month. So
it's super cool.
Really
yeah, it's a fun time. We obviously are in our Markin Recreational Workout Center right now. There's tons of different classes you can take here on campus. Anything from, yoga to Zumba. We have spin classes, intense cardio core classes you can take here. So, whatever your fitness style is, there's a class for you. And those are great to get involved in.
We also have a dance studio here, so it's kind of a wooden floor with mirrors surrounding the room. So if you like to dance or if you really like looking at yourself, that's a great place to check out.
We also have this pool over here. It's super fun. You have open swim hours, lap swim hours. It's a great time, as well as it's saltwater treated instead of chlorine, so it's better for your hair and skin, which is really cool. And do we have a question?
Yes. Can students teach those classes like Zumba?
They are student-taught classes, which is not only a cool experience for students, but also it's an awesome job opportunity on campus. Classes are typically $2, or you can buy a pass for $30 at the beginning of the semester for unlimited classes. I've done both depending on my schedule for the semester, and you feel better paying for the class, and you're like, oh, it's my friend Ashley teaching Zumba this semester. This is so exciting for her. So that's how that works, which is awesome.
The other thing we have here in Markin is a full 1/8 of a mile track up here, so if you like to run, that's an option. We also have a lot of treadmills and ellipticals, and all the other workout equipment that you could possibly imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So
I personally like the ellipticals that face the windows because you get a good view, and people can't see how red my face is while I'm running, so that's where I like to go. Also, downstairs at Markin, we have not only additional exercise dance rooms, but also that's where our nursing department lives. Basically, they have their super awesome labs down there with the mechanical bodies that they're practicing on. It's super awesome to look at. And our nursing class this past year got a 100% pass rate on their NCLEX nursing exam, which is, unheard of and amazing. So we're super proud of them.
Absolutely. We also have a couple other things in the Markin. We have racquetball courts upstairs if you like to play racquetball. We have an indoor soccer court that you can play soccer or cricket or dodgeball, all sorts of things. We also have ping pong tables, so there's anything you could possibly imagine to have here and if you want to work out.
And it's open 6 a.m. until midnight, so there's never a huge amount of people here because everyone has their own schedule. So they're here throughout the day, in and out. You can make it fit with your schedule. You're never waiting for equipment or anything like that, and I think that's honestly the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
We also have Jerry's Juice Bar right here, an awesome smoothie place. So for your pre-workout, post-workout smoothie needs, you can head right through here.
Last year I probably came to Markin more for Jerry's Juice Bar than the gym, but we're trying to even that out this year.
We'll see where that heads, Matt. I don't know. But it is really awesome. Sandwich options as well as coffee, too. Also, Markin houses one of our activities, or student activity centers, so if you're signing up for intramurals, you just come straight here.
So we're leaving Markin now, heading out to the Alumni Quad. This is another quad we have on campus. A lot of activities happen here. We have ultimate frisbee, pick-up football games, different people will walk their dogs. It's kind of a flatter quad that people like to use for a lot of different activities.
All sorts of stuff. A lot of, like you said, Greek Life does a lot of flag football. The theater department, when it's warm out, usually on Friday nights we come and stargaze here because it's pretty open. So there's, tons of student life out on the quad here. Also, this is where I usually like to talk about safety. So safety on campus obviously is super important. We are in a city. It's not, any more dangerous than any other city. We have a great time. I've always felt safe on Bradley's campus. The first thing our last president did was put lights everywhere on campus so that there's nowhere that you're walking that it would be dark. We also have emergency safety poles that I've luckily never had to see anyone use, but it's nice to know that they're there. In addition, the Bradley Police Department is exclusive to Bradley's campus, so they're not concerned with anything happening downtown Peoria. They're just here for the students, and they're patrolling on bikes, foot, car, all the time.
We also have something called the Bradley Safety Cruisers that are student-driven vans that drive around campus. They're highly trained, and they can pick any student up from anywhere on campus or within a mile radius and take them wherever they need to go. And that runs every night until, I think, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's really just to make sure everyone's getting where they need to go, and if it's cold and windy and rainy and snowy, you can get back to wherever home is.
Exactly. We're heading into our Alumni Center right now. This is an awesome, basically, Bradley historical alumni museum that we have that was donated to us from alumni. And do we have a question?
Yes. Do the cruisers go off campus or do they stay on campus?
Yeah, so it's a mile radius around campus. So it goes to most of the houses that people would be living in. It includes all of the Greek houses and most of the places that people would be going off campus within that kind of surrounding area of campus.
Yeah, which is everywhere you would be needing to be picked up from a friend's house or anything, they'll take you to, which is great. We're going to head right up through here in our little Bradley by the Decades and just take a quick look at our Bradley Today, current time. This is one of my favorite photos. This is where we're headed to our activities fair, which is happening right now in Founder Circle, where our founder, Lydia Moss Bradley statue stands. So we're excited to head there. We also have these super cool dioramas along here. They're one of my favorite things to look at. They're pretty awesome. I kind of wish I had decorated them, to be honest, because they're just super fun. And it gives us another look at what one of the other residence hall setups look like. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so here in our Alumni Center, we have a lot of different activities. We have speakers come in here, and the Bradley alumni in general are a really supportive group. Everyone that's come to Bradley is happy they did and happy to give back and help out. On the speech team, I have a really personal connection with a lot of alumni. They help us with speeches, with writing speeches and performance coaching, which is a really great opportunity to meet people that have been here before me.
Yes, definitely. So our alumni organization is awesome. We're passing by, not going to go into, but passing by our Renaissance Coliseum. That is where our women's basketball, women's volleyball plays, our men's basketball practices there, as well as that's where our athletes have their facilities to work out in, which is super cool. Other cool things that happen in there are the job fair that happens once a semester. And that's an awesome experience to go talk to different employers who, came to Bradley's campus just to look at Bradley students to hire for interns, co-op opportunities, or, getting a job. So that's definitely highly encouraged. I went last spring and I walked in, talked to someone from a nonprofit organization I was interested in and got an internship as soon as I walked out. So that was really exciting. We also have concerts that go on at the Renaissance Coliseum. So we have anyone from, recently we've had Wiz Khalifa, we had Bo Burnham, who is a comedian. We had Chance the Rapper on campus.
Yeah, last year we had Macklemore and Ryan Lewis in February. Tickets are really cheap for concerts. They're like, I think, $11 for students. And so if you want to go, you get to go. And you get to see these, Grammy Award-winning artists and comedians and all sorts of different acts that come to campus, which is really cool. And another benefit of our mid-sized school is that we have a great activities council that brings in some really cool performances. But it's a really close-knit student environment that everyone gets to participate in those things. It's not a huge thing that you can't get into.
And you don't have to travel anywhere. It's literally right here on campus, so we're just walking to those concerts, which is awesome. In addition to that, do we have a question?
Yes. Where do the other athletics teams compete when they don't play at the Coliseum?
Great question. Yeah, so the Bradley men's basketball team plays down at the Civic Center in Peoria, which is a really nice facility, really giant stadium. We have a lot of community support for Bradley as a whole, but also our men's basketball program. And we don't have football here at Bradley since the 70s, so we've been undefeated since then. But the basketball team is really fun to go and watch and see grow and play.
And we have buses that take students there. They're leaving every 20 minutes. You can go late, leave early, hopefully stay for the whole game. So totally up to you. And they provide that resource for students, too, so you don't have to find your ride. It's like a 5-minute bus ride away. It's great. And also at the Peoria Civic Center right there, we have tons of different big artists coming in, as well as different plays, musicals, performances. So lots of opportunity in Peoria to go see some awesome concerts as well.
Absolutely.
And we're heading through one of our other quads here on campus. One of the things I didn't realize that I wanted in a school, because I mostly looked at city schools, was this kind of style quad. It's nice not to have, to have the resources of a big city and those kind of internships and co-ops, but at the same time have the typical, college campus quad life with flag football and laying out in the sun on your towels with your study books. So it's great to be able to have, best of both worlds in that sense.
Absolutely. And our campus is right here on top of a hill in Peoria, so we kind of have our own secluded campus, which is really nice. But we also have Peoria, which is a great city to go down into and explore. We have a nice riverfront, a lot of great restaurants, all sorts of stuff to do.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're going to head right up in here to our engineering building, Jokes. We've asked our friend Marie to talk to us about her experience in the engineering department, so we're excited to have her here. Hi, Marie.
Hi, guys. Like she said, my name's Marie. I am a senior industrial engineering major. Kind of why I chose engineering and why I chose Bradley was I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I really liked math and science, so engineering was the place for me. Then I came here, and I really liked industrial engineering because it had to do more with the business side. I did meet with Dr. Chen, which was the head of the department, and he really persuaded me to kind of come to Bradley and go here. This right here is our engineering lab, so engineering students do have access to this 24/7 to work on homework and anything like that. A lot of groups meet in here as well, and as we kind of walk through here, there is another lab back here as well that is open.
We also have a question for you, Marie, if you don't mind answering.
What types of engineering are offered at Bradley?
So the types of engineering that are offered here at Bradley are mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, industrial engineering, and manufacturing engineering and technology. So we have those different types here, and there's this engineering building here as well as Morgan down the hall that way.
And do you get to have hands-on experience?
I do. So I actually did just finish up an internship, and it was really cool about it. My boss was a Bradley alum, so she knew about all that experience I had gone through. So I got some contact with her, and so I did get that hands-on experience this past summer, actually.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Marie.
That's
super cool.
I gotta go, but it was nice talking to you guys.
Bye, Marie. Thanks. So our engineering department is super great, especially since they have the resource of having Caterpillar located right in Peoria, and that's an international, corporation that our students get to have tons of different internships and co-ops with.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just engineering too. We have I have a friend that's a communications major that has an internship at Caterpillar, helping with their website and communications parts of that business. So all of the different businesses and corporations in Peoria offer internships for all Bradley students, and they want to give us those internships because they know that we're the best that the area has to offer.
Which is, an incredible opportunity. We're going to head through Baker Hall here, which is our business building. So our business programs here on campus are especially prestigious because when you come to Bradley and get a business major, it's not just a business major. You have the opportunity to have a concentration in marketing. You have the opportunity to do it in accounting, international business, tons of opportunities there. So there's lots of experiential learning that happens here in Baker Hall. We're also recently ranked one of the top 50 business schools. So we're pretty lucky to have it.
Yeah, it's a great program, internationally accredited, and a lot of different opportunities here in the business school. I have a lot of friends that are business majors that are really loving their experiences here, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool, and everyone has, again, this is a place where you can have a lot of different internship and co-op opportunities as well. And our accounting program is one of our master's programs here on campus, so they have a 3-2 program, which is basically 3 years of undergrad and 2 years of graduate school so that you can walk out with your MBA in 5 years in accounting.
And there's, like we said earlier, there's a lot of hands-on opportunity here, working with businesses, a lot of entrepreneurial activities, options to work in the real world, in the realm of business, which is also a really cool opportunity.
And it's super easy to get involved in because it's literally for your classes. So our business majors have a capstone project that is just part of their curriculum that they do. So they are getting that personal business consulting experience just easily as part of their class. And that goes for other programs as well. For public relations, both Matt and I are going to have to do a similar capstone project where we get to do a full public relations assignment and program for a real business and actually execute it. So that's not something we had to dig for. That's just being handed to us in a class opportunity, and yet that's the kind of real-world experience that we're going to need to, be able to put on our resumes and say we've done this. We can do this in the real world, so we're pretty lucky.
Absolutely, and again, Bradley's a great place to do all of the things that college should offer. A lot of fun things to get involved in, a lot of ways to explore your interests, but also, like we've been saying, focus on, life after college and preparing for your career.
And, one of the best places to do that is right at the Smith Career Center, which is one of the buildings we're passing by right now. That's a free resource for students and alumni to be able to talk about how to get those internships and experiences. Our career counselors are there to meet with all of our students anytime. And again, it's a free resource you can use. They're there to help you build your resume, make your resume look good, and also help you find the kinds of internships that you're looking for.
Absolutely. We're also here passing Baker Quad. It's another quad on campus where more activities happen. We have a Shakespeare festival where people eat drumsticks and drink root beer and a lot of different fun things that happen here on the quad.
A lot of times we have, like Matt said, free food on the quad put on by different majors. So dietetics does a lot of ice cream that's sugar-free that you can try on the quad. So tons of different free food opportunities, which is always what we're most interested in. We're heading into our student center right now, which is our hotspot hub for all students on campus. We are going to walk into our atrium, which I have to say is one of my favorite places to study here on campus, because you'll see it's super open and amazing.
The other thing in the Student Center, we have movies that play in the basement in kind of a lecture hall style room. It's our little movie theater. And we have movies that have just come out of theaters but aren't yet on DVD, so you get to watch those for free. Bring some friends, have a fun movie night here on campus.
And those are usually movies that came out the past semester, too. Mm-hmm. So they're super recent and fun. Also, in front of this building, we have for our lucky Chicagoland area kids like I am, we have a bus that takes you straight up through to the Chicago suburbs and also stops at O'Hare. And that, like I said, picks up right here on campus. It's only college students riding that bus, so that's an awesome option so your parents don't have to drive you back and forth every single time.
It's also great because we're really close to both Chicago and St. Louis, 3 hours from each, so we're in a really great central location in kind of the middle of Illinois, so you get a lot of those opportunities too.
Absolutely. And this is our wonderful atrium where I like to study because of all of the couches. It's a very cool hangout space. Lots of private study rooms downstairs too. So
we also have a ballroom on the second floor where we have more presentations come in during Welcome Week, which is happening right now. We have hypnotists coming in.
yeah, that's always really fun.
Yeah, something that I didn't know really was a real thing, but it kind of is a real thing. You think it?
You watch it and you're like, this is crazy. It's super fun. I also saw Tig Notaro, who's a famous comedian here, a few years ago. She was up in the Student Center ballroom too. So our Student Center is one of our a la carte dining locations here on campus. So, hey Kyle, how are you? Good. We have lots of different dining options. So aside from just the dining halls, the Student Center has Moe's, it has salad bar, Topio's pasta pizza, Chick-fil-A. Question?
Yes. Do you, Bradley, offer kosher options?
Yes, like there's tons of kosher options, especially at Geisert Hall. I have friends who actually do eat kosher, and they are specially prepared for you there. And so she absolutely loves it. And it's a really good option to have, as well as allergy options. So I have tons of friends who have, allergies to gluten, and they give you all of the ingredients. They let you know what's, gluten-free, what's not. And because they are sensitive to that, if you are gluten-free, there's like tons of dessert options too. So they're really good about it.
Yeah, and no matter what your dietary restriction, we have vegetarian options, vegan options, kosher options, all sorts. So no matter what, you have a lot to eat on campus. And going back to some of these options here, we also have a brand new dining option on campus called Mac and Melt that has mac and cheese and sandwich melts that we're really excited about.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
And Chick-fil-A and Moe's are both chains. Moe's was just ranked the best Mexican-style restaurant in the United States, passing Chipotle.
We have it right
and
here
Taco
on
Bell,
campus.
So, absolutely.
It's also open late at night, which means you can get your Moe's guacamole and queso at 2 a.m. for studying. So, awesome option. We also have a late night menu here at the Student Center, which opens after 10 p.m. and it has awesome things like fried cheesecake and Parmesan garlic fries. So that's new, and also it's worth staying up for. Super fun.
Delicious.
Also here in the Student Center, we have the Pod, which is like a mini Walgreens, Target sort of convenience store that we have on campus that has anything from yogurt and peanut butter to birthday cards and Advil. So that's located right here on campus. It's a great resource for students to have. It's part of our meal plan, which is awesome. Not to mention it's also another Starbucks location, which I am all about. So.
Absolutely. It's like a little mini Target here on campus, which is really great.
It is. You can get absolutely everything there. So super fun. Also pints of ice cream, and that's also great brain food for studying. So it's great. We're about to head up through here, and oh hi Evan. We're about to pass through here, seeing our activities fair. But first, we're hitting our theater building right behind me, which is the Hartman Center. Being a theater major, I'm a huge promoter of all of our shows on campus. They're $5 for students. We have one musical and 3 other plays that we do every semester on the main stage. In addition, we also have improv troupe that you can be a part of, you can play with, you can join, and cabarets and smaller events too. And so it's awesome that we have that right here on campus. You don't have to be a theater major to get involved, so I highly encourage it.
Yeah, and the theater department, just like the other departments, has a lot of opportunities to get involved, no matter what your major is, no matter where you come from, all sorts of that. Do we have a question?
Yes, so you guys talked about the bus system.
Yeah.
Do you guys utilize the airport that Peoria has to offer?
Yeah, absolutely. The Peoria Airport is actually one of my favorite airports I've been to.
It's super nice.
Yeah, it's really great. I've come here for, I've used it to go home. I'm from Worcester, Ohio, so I'm about 7.5 hour drive. So for one of the breaks last year, I used it to fly home and fly back. And it's really easy. The lines are never very long, and it's a great travel option as well.
I'm always picking up my friend from Minnesota at the airport, so it's definitely utilized, and it's like 15 minutes from campus, so it's not a far trek at all. It's really great. So we're headed up here through Activity Fair. Actually, we're going to stop and talk to our friend Dave really quick because he's super involved on campus.
Hi guys, my name's Dave. I'm a junior business management and leadership major from Warrenville, Illinois. The craziness you see behind me is just our activities fair. So we've got over 240 organizations registered. We're going to take a quick walkthrough if you want to come with me. It's really easy to get involved as a freshman. I did it. I'm in some things with the Alumni Association, tour guide here with these awesome people that have been showing you around. And then I also am in plenty of other organizations that you can get involved in, just like me. So like I said, over 240 organizations. As a freshman, it's as easy as signing up your name and your email. So we're going to walk right up here. We're going to stop and say hey to some people. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing good. We're excited.
Awesome.
It's super fun. Like Dave said, it's seriously as easy as writing your name down on as many clubs and organizations as you want to join.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, how are you? Having a good fair?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So this is all part of the excitement and craziness of Bradley's student organizations here on campus.
How many orgs have you signed up for today?
What?
How many orgs have you signed up for today?
None yet.
Awesome, but there's so much, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. It's
Tons of options. Super exciting. So basically any club that you could want to join, this is where you're going to find it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so easy. You can join right now. You can join at any point in the year. They are always welcoming members for any organization on campus. And if there's not an organization for you, you can make an organization with just 4 members and a faculty advisor. It's that easy.
Exactly. I think one of the things that really set my experience of college apart from some of my friends was the ability to be part of campus, involved in student organizations right away.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just such a personable feel. I mean, it's so much more of a name and 7 number. It's absolutely great. All right, well, I've got to go to my booth. I will see you guys later. Thanks
awesome.
so much.
Thanks so much, Dave. Have fun. We'll see you. So that's, like I said, one of the things that really set Bradley apart for me was being able to be a part of several organizations as soon as I stepped on campus. And when I went home for fall break, I had already made tons of friends that we had, common interests with. And I think that's kind of what really put my college experience ahead.
Absolutely. The other great thing about the activities fair, they give out a lot of free stuff. So more
That's
free
true.
food, free T-shirts, all sorts of stuff. People get really excited about the activities fair every year.
We'll step this way, Lou. Yeah, so coupons for anything like Noodles and Company right here downtown. There's lots of bags, frisbees, tons of awesome things you can get, as well as I saw people sipping lemonade, popsicles. I'm excited to get some of that later.
Yeah, so now that we've made it through the excitement that the activity fair has to offer, we're coming up to our one of our favorite buildings on campus, Bradley Hall. Every student will have a class there at least once, and it's a really great place to meet a lot of people, have a lot of classes in there every year.
Absolutely. It's home to our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, but like Matt said, everyone has a class here because it also houses several of our general education courses. Bradley Hall is one of the oldest buildings on campus, too. So we like to say that those gargoyles up top have watched every single student that's ever come to Bradley walk through. So it's an incredible, piece of tradition and history. Not to mention our homecoming that happens. A lot of those activities happen right here in front of Bradley Hall. We have fireworks that shoot off the top. It's a super fun time.
Absolutely. So we're kind of coming towards the end of our tour. We'd like to talk a little bit about Bradley being a really great school in terms of its size. We're a mid-sized school, which is really, there aren't many in the country, and it's a really perfect opportunity. You have small class sizes, you get to know your professors, but you get all the opportunities and the resources that a bigger school would have to offer. I think we have another question.
Kind of going off that, what do you love most about Bradley?
Great question.
I think my favorite thing about Bradley is the opportunity to do literally everything I wanted. I'm graduating in 4 years with 3 different majors. I had an entire semester spent abroad. I will have had 3 internship experiences when I graduate. And that's not something that you can get at every school while still having a social life and getting to be a part of fun activities and clubs too. Not to mention, because we have so many different organizations and about 5,000 students, you're able to have leadership opportunities, as early as sophomore year. So it's a great way to be involved, and I feel like I've really made the most out of my college experience by being able to do so many things at Bradley.
And for me, kind of the same deal. I really like that Bradley gives you every single opportunity you could possibly imagine having in college. You get to enjoy your college years. You're not a number in a giant university where you can't build relationships with your professors. But Bradley's really great because you have relationships with everyone here. Your friends, your classmates, your professors, all of the different clubs and organizations.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved being part of the speech team. It's a great family community, and it's part of a bigger family community that is Bradley University. So when I visited when I was a college senior, it was a really great experience, and I really felt at home. And this past year when I was a freshman, I never once thought that I made the wrong decision. I never once thought about being somewhere else. So I really, really love Bradley.
Awesome. Do you have another question?
Yes. What is your favorite thing about going to school in Peoria?
My favorite thing about going to school specifically in Peoria is honestly the opportunity, like we kind of said, to be in a city that's not overwhelming, but at the same time there's so much to explore. We have everything from Peoria Heights, which is your small downtown boutiques and little coffee shops, all the way to big organizations like Caterpillar. And then, like Matt said earlier, down at the riverfront that we have here, we have not only you can take a boat ride through the river, you can also have tons of food options on the river or just walk around with friends.
And Peoria also has some of the best places in Illinois. We have one of the best restaurants in Illinois, One World, right off campus, about a 2-minute walk from here. We also have the best barber in the state of Illinois, where I go to get my hair cut.
Oh my gosh.
Fun fact there, if you Google search best barber in Illinois. But we have a lot of great opportunities. We have a riverfront museum, with an IMAX theater, a planetarium. So there's
a zoo.
Absolutely. So and the great thing about Bradley is you don't even have to leave campus. There's so much happening all the time here. And then when you do, you have even more in Peoria. So it's a really great mix of having everything you need here, but also having a great American city to spend some time in.
Absolutely. Making the decision to, go to college and deciding which college is for you is obviously huge. When we were juniors and seniors in high school, we were making that decision too. It's obviously super impactful. We both feel like we made absolutely 100% the right choice by choosing Bradley. We hope that this tour was insightful for you to see, but also, if you need a little bit more, we are happy to have you here on campus. You can visit campus and have a personalized tour from one of our 100 friends who are tour guides, or you might even see one of us.
Absolutely, yeah. So thanks for coming with us on the tour. It was fun to have you along, and hope to see you on campus soon.
We hope to see you.